Hey guys, what's going on? So I promised those who watched yesterday that I would have some juice. And I've got the juice. It might not be, like, oh my God, it's over, which is good because as drip people, we don't ever want it to be over. But without further ado, let's get into it. Hey guys, my name is Potter. I'm going to do something, but I'm going to take it. No, I can't do that yet. I'll wait. So my name is Potter. I am not here to give any financial advice. I just speak about, fintech and the world of DeFi, specifically Elephant Money and the Drip ecosystem. So before we start, let's go take a look at our baby. Let's go take a look at Elephant. I got to show you something that I found today that's a little bit peculiar. So you remember yesterday when I was saying, hey, get in at 10 o'clock because it seems like at 10 o'clock, we seem to have some kind of dip. It's kind of picking up here. But here's what else I found out. Look at that volume, guys. Here's what else I found out. Watch this when I put it over ETH. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of both. I'm just going to put up ETH. Now, it doesn't look, you go, okay, that doesn't look anything like the one you just showed me, right? That doesn't look like Elephant Money. Why are you wasting my time? You're wasting my time. Okay. But watch this. Watch the pattern. Is that bananas? Look at these marks down right at the exact same times. Even this dip this morning, look at that. We came back just like they did. So there's some level of some kind of mapping. The reason I did it is because I was looking at Bitcoin at first. What? Bitcoin does it too? Yeah. They all have the same heartbeat. Look at that. That's crazy. I think it's good news that we're trending with a great, right? That one to me sticks out the most though. Because I think of it more like bots, right? But this is really, I think this is great news. Not as great as the other news. That is great. Guys, do you remember just a few weeks ago, it said 27? Or before that one, it said 50. And now it says 7%. Let's go back over here. Nope, not over there. Went too far. So here she is. Do I have it by every minute? Yeah, I've got it by every minute. So let's go back to our day view. Paching! Guys, this is phenomenal. Let's bring this back and show where we are. We were here yesterday. We were below it, right? So for this, we're at an all-time high. And for the people who stuck to it, who did not ever leave, that didn't get caught up in the Forex fear, because that's what it was, fear that you'd be missing out, right? You watched something go away and come back in DeFi. SK Crypto K is going to be on with Cryptopian, formerly Driptopian, also Foodtopian. And so if you guys want to check that out, he has a much bigger audience. My special few, and I do appreciate every last one of you. Thank you so much. We're a small channel. I said stuff about Forex yesterday, so I got to unsubscribe, so I'm down to 274. So if you want to subscribe today, we'll take one. We don't ask you to like, subscribe, but if you want to be that one today, that takes us back to 275. Thank you. All right, so I was talking on the show yesterday about what's going on. And, the thing that, so get your thoughts together. The thing that we have always talked about is how secure projects run by Forex were. They were the most secure things. And they still might be that way. Whoa, what's going on over there? I guess it was just a jump. It just jumped, okay? It jumped to high heights and it just wanted to let us know. Okay, so, and we ignored the history when we thought about, how secure everything was. But let's go back through the history. Drip launch with BB. We do great, but BB's still there. Animal Farm, Rev Token. Oh my God, we were going to be rich forever. But then it was a pivot to Animal Farm, where there was supposed to be deflationary control over an inflationary token remember, we had the 3 levels of, inflationary, deflationary, and something else that was supposed to make it stick. And that didn't work. And so everything got frozen. But none of the money was taken. Well, kind of, if you look at it, because the market dumped. But all of the tokens went back and they were given to you at a percentage so that everybody else wouldn't get wrecked. But the people who were there, who were like, screw you, they just kept taking out. So that happened. And then Piggy Bank. Piggy Bank was supposed to be big. It was supposed to be the next drip. That got abandoned. All right. Then there was Scratchy. Never happened. Then there was this fighter game that was claimed to be more along the lines of negotiations, and then that wasn't either true or whatever. Then you got DDD. Okay, now we're after Animal Farm, now we're post BB. So we've got Animal Farm no, we didn't even get to Animal Farm V3. So then you got Plink. No, we got Dogs. And we were told Dogs is the way to go. It's going to be the game engine. Then Dogs goes away. It's going to be Pigs. Okay, so Piggy Plinko. Can't do Piggy Plinko because you guys are bothering me about DDD. Okay. So DDD got in. It was ready in March. It got held from March to July. Everything went away during that period of time. Or more went away, I should say. And DDD rolled out, and it did not save Drip. And it was like, hey, you guys wanted it, I'm letting you out. But there was still something in front of that, which we were waiting for over a year, which was the Drip UI, right? The new UI, going to be more banky. And we got that, and we were kind of happy. And that came out before DDD. Still nothing breached, right? Still no breach. Well, and I think that what Thorold says, I didn't have anything to do with that. But as you can see, this is the Fountain contract, right? Fountain contract, BSC, go look it up. That's the address. Well, in BSC scan, it's been labeled scam. So what happens, and let me show you a little bit more, is, let's go to the transactions. If you are cashing out using the Fountain on the new UI, BSC scan is labeled this is fake phishing. It's labeled it as a phishing attack. So I said, you know what, let me look into this, because it doesn't mean it's, deprecated to the point, but it does have this on it, right? And so you go to suspicious activities. Yes, R2, 1 second. I promise I'll be with you. All right. So this is what it says, right? It says, it doesn't necessarily talk about vulnerabilities. There seems to be a little bit of a bias here, right? But still, this is the contract. Smart contract. All right, 3A, so I'm not making that up. And so I said, you know what, let me go take a look at Hashbit. All right, who are they? And they're specifically in charge of securing the BNB chain. To my cybersecurity heart, for those who don't know, in my pre-retired because of Drip Life, I was a cybersecurity professional, worked for Accenture, worked for AOL Time Warner, Accenture, and Ernst & Young, EY. So this is a person that has a contract with BSC Scan, and they're calling our baby, the new code, a scam. All right? But I think he has a bias. And with that being said, I look at this kind of alert for Drip to say, this is what you want people to come into. We've got it. Let me go back to this. Where are you, baby? Come on. We've got this. All right. If I'm trying to bring somebody in to crypto, so I want to show them this. I want them to somehow see that in their wallet when they're going, hey, what does this in my wallet say that I've been scammed? Now, what would happen before is people come up and they say, bad things about your product. They say, oh, they're out to get us, blah, 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 blah. This is something being used by the blockchain. The blockchain that we're on is using technology. By the way, I plan on subscribing to them to see if I can use their API to build some stuff for us. They're labeling it a scam. So are you going to bring your grandma into something that has phishing? Fake phishing? It doesn't even have the name of the contract anymore. It's got fake phishing. Go to your contract, take a look. So you can take a look at the code. And so on TDSB, because I can't say it right, next week, I'm going to go in a little bit deeper, and I've got a week to take a look at it, but take a look at this. You can use AI to go in and actually ask about the contract. You have to have an API key with OpenAI, but you can freeze, you can pause it, and take a look at what it's saying about, still, same contract. Now, I'm going to walk through a couple of these because I understand them. So let me bring this over so I'm not looking away from you guys. This one to me is the one that stands out the most. The contract utilizes the ERC token standard through the BEP20 contract. The code snippet does not provide implementation of the BEP20 contract, so it's difficult to determine if there's any potential issues or security concerns with that contract. I think what Torx would say is, I didn't have anything. Well, he did. He was in charge of the UI. He brought people in, and people were doing this and that and the other. But this is basic. This is basic Billy. You know what I mean? Like, you should not have missed this one for something that people are living off of, right? And so what you have is, we go back to what I've discussed for over a year, is not a harsh, but a solid critique of my acumen as a cybersecurity professional and as a developer to say, Forex is not a dev. He's an architect who has dev capabilities, but he can't get in and contract. He can't contact the code. How many developers have we gone through? Right? So here's the stuff. You can go look at the contract all day long, or you can just come to the herd, right? I don't think that Drip is dead. I think that we have the potential to bring her back, but boy, it'll take a lot. And the sentiment, I don't think people hate Drip anymore because they're like, suckers, So they're like, I'm not even going to waste my money hurting you idiots. I think that's the way they think. There are probably some people who make bots, pennies here and there, but over hours or days, those pennies add up to dollars. Over years, those dollars add up to thousands, you know what I mean? So there's something there. But why go through all of that if you're just saying, I came into Drip, if this is what you're saying, I didn't do this. But if you came into Drip to just say, I want to sit it and forget it. I think Elephant usurps Drip. Now, today, back here, sounded like Prince when I said that. back here. Boy, it was good to be in Drip. It was good to be in Drip. Still great to be in Drip. Still great to be in Drip. Well, I mean, you're going up, but I'm not. Okay, 0.6 zeros and a 1. You're just at 7 0. Shut up. Well, maybe good, but DDD's coming out. I knew it. They suck. They're horrible. DDD's going to come out and save us. DDD, hope it comes out. DDD rolled out. Oh no, we're dying. Oh boy, that elephant, that looks good. Right, and so this is where we kind of wake back up. But from here to here, probably not that bad being out of elephant. But from here to here, let's go. We're coming. I get that from Deion Sanders. I'm not original. So for the first time in Drip history, we're a scam. All right, and not just a scam by somebody being a hater of Drip, but by the secure point of the blockchain that our dApps are on. Who am I going to go with if I'm trying to bring in new investors? So that means that one, this fake phishing contract has to go, because you can't bring, for the future of all of us, it's PancakeSwap. I only use PancakeSwap, but I was getting errors, and now I understand why. In MetaMask, I was getting errors, but Rabby seems to be ignoring it. MetaMask was like, I'm not doing that. So let's take a look at one other thing, and I decided let's take a look at the internal transactions, right? And so what's happening is the fake phishing contract, Fountain, is, I guess, going, this is how much people are making every few minutes. Look how much BNB somebody's making off of those transactions. Those transactions, that BNB is not buying back Drip. That BNB is going to marketing. Yeah. It's going to places that are not towards the ecosystem. Whereas with this one, you know where everything's going. Why? Because it's better? Maybe. No, definitely. But also because it's had 6 years to bake. 6 years going through regulatory steps for its initiation, including the Howey test. You heard in the hearings yesterday about an inquiry towards impeachment about the Howey test. And here's something funny. Gensler was asked yesterday by a representative, hey, so are Pokemon cards a security? He's like, no. He says, but if I tokenized it? And Gensler was basically paraphrasing, so he did not say this directly, but he said, yeah. I mean, if you're going to look at it that way. So if you have a piece of paper and you tokenize it, Gensler's coming after you. So, yeah. Let's go take a look at our other baby. Because I would love nothing more than just sit here and tell us about Drip, right? Oh, so Trunk is going up too. This used to be 17 cents, right? It's supposed to get back to $1 now. I'll try to get more information, or maybe if you watch Foodtopian or Cryptopian today, you'll see, maybe he'll explain it about Trunk, because Trunk is another play that I'm in, because Trunk was Drip. Trunk is just like Drip. The creator of Drip, who didn't patch the things that Forex did, but endorsed Forex's changes to say, hey, I'm going to be in Drip too, said, you know what? After watching people's behavior, people are gaming the system. Those who had a big amount of Drip created multiple wallets early from getting referral rewards. And so they're living off Drip. And Drip Coach and some other analysts have come up with things that point fingers at Ray. Elephant Money also has things that point at Ray. I don't point at Ray. I've got enough stuff going on in my life that I don't care how bad Ray is, right? I don't think he's bad. I know that he's a Christian. That doesn't make him better. What was it? Nova scam? Nova Tech? Nova Tech was run by this woman who said, I'm a Christian. I love the God. Jesus. And she took people for billions, allegedly. There are people who look like drip people, except they didn't have custody of their drip. So this company took things and said, you have to log in. The moment that you hear, hey, you have to log in to get your crypto. Hold on, this camera's here. So if you have to log in to take a look at your crypto, you're going to get wrecked, because if somebody comes after those people, you can't get access to it. And that's what happened in Novatech. Now, those are bad people. They purposefully, and they're offshore on top of that. I think what happened with some people who got drip rich was they thought it was going to last forever. They did things, it won't be a big deal. And then as it started to fail, it's like, oh, I'm going to look real bad. And I'm not making defenses for him as much as I'm just saying, let it go. All right? Don't occupy your life. If you talk to anybody who's like level 80 or above in life, they're telling you don't sweat that small stuff. So chasing a ghost isn't going to help you any. Look at the positive. Look at what you can do for your family, maybe, not financial advice. If you want to take a risk and put some money here over several years and watch it maybe grow. We have a government shutdown in America that is supposed to happen in 2 weeks. And yet, to help, and don't shut down the government because it will hurt the people. But here you have crypto who can get away from centralized banking in a responsible way and have people, it doesn't currently happen now, have people deposit their checks in something that will pay them a return that is greater than the 0.001% you're giving them. They're having to stake their tokens or their money in CDs, right? So our crypto ecosystem is so much like the actual federal system or the system that the rest of the world uses, right? So a CD, what's a CD? In our world, a CD is a staking. It's a stake farm. Oh, I'm going to take my money, I'm going to take my digital dollars, and I'm going to stake them in a CD. And that CD is going to pay me out 2% over several years. How about 2% in a month? That'd be great, because you're going to make a lot more. Now, the banks do take a greater risk. If their investment fails, then they've got to pay for the lawyers, they've got to pay for all the processing, they've got to go after people for money. So there's a lot of risk. But what if we don't want them to take that risk? Now, a lot of regional banks and other banks that collapsed were dealing in crypto, and they weren't allowed to borrow money anymore unless they did what the SEC said. Elon Musk said the only reason that he lied was because they said, if you don't lie, no banks will give you loans, and Tesla will fail tomorrow. My dream, the people who work for me won't have paychecks. Okay, I lied. I didn't say it, but if that's what you guys want me to say, sure, I'll say it. So we have this mechanism now that people are starting to say, whoa, we gave them too much power. And when the government shuts down, those people who had some risk capital in crypto can say, well, I mean, it's a rainy day that I prepared for. I didn't expect to go to crypto, but elephant money, right? And then when we take a look at something like this, we go down again, the 10 o'clock hour, and we can compare it to other crypto. We see that we're running, right in line with it, right? Like, look at that big drop off. It'll be back in a second. And then we say, whoa, we're trending with major crypto. So that means not only is Elephant Money able to do that, but other crypto can do that. People can go to another asset that's not centralized, right? Because if you take a look, we talked about this on TDSB yesterday. If you take a look at the world, Centralized banking has wrecked us every frickin' time because you can't regulate greed, which brings us back to DRIP and why I'm not going to be mad at Ray. Am I going to be mad at the people who sank Luna? Right? That was a strategic attack that was perpetrated by people in plain sight legally. Right? It was bad ethics, and the SEC didn't go after them, but they'll go after, little Debs and people to try to wreck us. So, we got a lot going on, but the main point of the show today was to talk about, the fake phishing thing that's tied to our baby, our contract. The Fountain contract is considered a scam, right? And this is probably there are reports that this address was used in suspicious activities. When I looked into that, it was just that it was an ROI DApp. I think if you scroll down, let me go over here. If you scroll down, you can kind of see that this guy's biased towards Ponzi schemes, but he's very detailed. I was trying to find one. There was one literally of a DApp here of that, and he or she was referring to ROI DApps and getting 2%, back a day and stuff like that. So let me go see if I got any messages. I didn't hear anything, so I don't think I did. I don't even know how long I've been blabbering. Where are we? Oh, here we be. Oh, shoot. There were comments. Sorry, guys. 10:08. Okay, 10:08. Keep it up. Z-Boy, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Never seen you before. Glad you could stop by. Chart is the best advertisement. Crypto Neptune nailed it as usual. Like, that don't lie. That don't lie. We've never seen this before. You've never seen a chart like that before. Right? It's not supposed to work, but we have a guy who has a math proof. And there's still hate, true hate, coming from the Forex community about bank teller. One of the things that really pulled us towards Forex was his compassion, we thought. Compassion for the little guy. Now, he didn't want anybody to work. Right? He wanted us to do like the rich. Have a certificate of deposit that was making interest that we could live off of, and people were adding onto their homes. People were taking care of their sick parents. You're like, yeah. But then when things got ugly, my guy was gone and blaming us and then hanging on to the big dogs, right? Forex is not stupid, right? But he's not a bank teller. Bank teller is a person who I raged against when I thought that he went into whale candy. It was the whale's candy. When people were pointing, he did it, he's going to dump it, and like he did the droplet, that wasn't true. He was giving advice. Now you have people who are rolling out projects who advertise, hey, we have bank teller. Bank teller is going to take a look at our contracts. How many people say that about Forex, right? Not a lot. Now, the great ones love to be doubted. Jordan, Bird, Brady, Gretzky, they love to be doubted. So if Forex has some come up and get it, he'll show it now because everybody's calling him out. One of the reasons I was afraid to call him out was because I was like, I'm not going to, one, hurt my own bag, but two, it'll hurt the community. Like, I've got a very small group of people, but the people who do listen are more in the know, right? And I don't ask, I don't advertise, I don't put the right hashtags in because I don't want to bring in clowns, right? I just want people who we can talk about real things, like being the little guy trying to figure out a way how to make a passive income in crypto because we see that this is the future. And 2 years ago, people were telling us that we were all idiots, right? Oh, what are you doing? And we didn't know what we were doing, but we knew that something was going to happen with crypto, and we stayed with it. Who's stupid now? Not us. Well, in a way, because like we stayed with Drip for a while. But other than that, we did find elephant money. And remember, elephant money is the only reason that Drip is here, because of the creator. All right. Crypto Neptune. Exactly. I would like to park my money and set it and forget it. Like mutual funds, or ETFs, right? And so what we all have is the ability to see before everybody else, hey, this should happen, right? And they're not letting us. They go, no, you're stealing people's money. What about the gambling facilities? Oh, that's different. We're protecting grandmas. Then you see videos of grandmas sitting there putting that nickel in the slot machine. Well, I'm going to win. Nobody's protecting that. Nobody's protecting people. And we talked about this on TTSB yesterday. Nobody's taking a look at the poor ladies and men who are being called daily, being spammed, telling them that their Amazon account is, they're not going to get their shipment, or, using AI to sound like their grandparents, their children in distress. Let's go take a look at the crypto world. The only reason that they're doing it is because they see that there's a future here, and they want to make sure they get their little grubby, greedy hands in it, and make sure that you stay in servitude to big business. There's nothing wrong with big business. Big business does a lot of good things. But when they go greedy, they have power to do bad things. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people are saying no government, because when people that's a bad idea. Horrible idea. But they say it because once you give people great power and don't audit them, right? I work for an auditing firm, 2 of them. I had an accountant tell me yesterday, when somebody's books are purposefully messy, that usually means they're hiding something, right? And in the crypto world, what we're learning is when people keep things behind a veil or a DAO, they're probably up to something, right? They're hiding something. And when we can find a phishing contract, our fountain contract, the thing that we loved for 2 years before we migrated over, is labeled a phishing contract? SJ Sharks, Outlet for Life. I like that name. Kind of funny that you bring over the sharks. I like that logo too. That's pretty cool, dude. Drip the African. Yeah, I got that. It seems like the DeFi code has been cracked. Now people got to get out of their feelings and get this bread, right? The same people telling us not to actually have bags. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? And we can say that for the drip, people who've called themselves drip maxes. We can say that for them, right? We can say it for people in centralized banking, right? Oh, what difference does it make? I've got 100 million saved for a rainy day. Okay, so raise the rates as much as you want. Shame on those people who didn't put their 100 million in cash away. Shame on those who didn't put their $500,000 away. You should have waited. Most people in their life won't make $500,000. So they have to be dependent on these big people to do great things for people. They're not going to do it because, as I said yesterday on the show, when you think of a shareholder, legally, that's like somebody's mama. And if you don't protect your mama, your shareholder, you're going to go to jail. If you don't do everything, no matter how greedy it is, if you're a publicly traded company that is a business, like I'm just saying, I know it's a business, it's very business. You have to fight crypto, right? I'll sue you. You saw crypto coming, and I'm your mama, I'm your shareholder, and you didn't kill it? How dare you? So you have greed, you have the law, you have centralized sentiment trying to wreck crypto, and they're failing. And the dollar is we're just building more and more of it. So there's more and more drip, right? And as there's more and more dollars and more drip, oh, inflation. It's not inflation. We have more dollars. It's inflation. Things are going up in price. Why did when the sun came up yesterday, did it say corn should go up 2 cents? No, a person did that. Or the mechanisms for the capital ecosystem that we have did that. It's ridiculous. But a lot of people can't get over this level because they never got into crypto. So they think the banking is like super confusing. And it is, but it's easier for us to understand in crypto when you've had an asset that is depreciated as well as one that is gained. Crypto Neptune giving a shout out to the Drip Dap frickin' SJ Sharks. I'm from the Bay Area, Silicon Valley. I'm a San Jose Sharks fan. Got it. I got off the main elephant website on Instagram. I took it. I'm 42. 42, meaning of life, is the first thing I've ever invested in. Wow. Dude, you might want to play some lotto or tell your friends that I just got it. I got that Midas touch because to have elephant is one of your first investments. That's good. Make sure you diversify is what the professionals who are financial advisors and get paid to give financial advice would say. Holy cow, guys, I've been on 36 minutes. Nobody's going to watch this. I'm going to read that. I'm going to go to this. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and I passed up all these Silicon Valley startups and never really understood investing. Millionaires out here got rich off IBM stock back then. Exactly. Like a lot of new money came in and they got rich off IBM stock. But IBM was infused with the government, so you couldn't stop them. But this little thing called crypto that was specifically designed to stop the chaos of centralized banking is working, and they're shutting it down. So, all right, I'm going to try to cut it off immediately. Thank you guys for tuning in to my precious 12. I love you. Wait on. Oh, no, here is it. Okay, I already got it. All right, guys, I love you very much. Tune in for TDSB next week when I'm going to go through using AI through contracts like the Fountain. And if you're here, you can ask questions and I'll ask it. You have to have an API key, which means you have to have a Plus account. Remember, guys, love you much. And game on.